Hello, good morning, students. Today we are in BA second year class for semester 4, and we are trying to understand the details about the syllabus which is prescribed by the university for semester 4. Dear students, I hope that you have already experienced the 3 semesters prior, that is semester 1, semester 2 and semester 3. Today you are entering into fourth one, and obviously again, as it was for the previous semesters, sorry, we have the same distribution of the marks. That is 20 marks are allotted for internal assessment and 80 marks are allotted for theory learning. Obviously, it is a syllabus designed by the Board of Study Authorities of University, and obviously they have some special intentions behind designing this course or schedule of learning that we call syllabus for you. As far as talking about the units in the course, basically there are 4 units, but I have seen and studied, and on that basis I would like to add one more unit, that is the 5th unit. For 5th unit we'll talk later. Before that, I would like to talk on the first, second, third and fourth unit. Unit number 1 is called as prose. Now, I think that there is no need to explain what prose mean. What is meant by prose? What does it mean? Because as you are learning English from many years, I think that 14 years have gone that you are learning English. There is no need to explain what does prose mean. Most of the students from our area used to say that prose म्हणजे धडे. No. What is important is that in prose there may be letter, there may be essay, there may be travelogue, there may be one act play, there may be short story. So what is not in poetry, what is not written in the form of poetry, is comes under the section of prose. So in prose here for semester 4th, you have to learn a very fine lesson by George Orwell. You know the name of George Orwell, whose another name is Eric Blair, and he has written a very beautiful lesson, and it is a question actually that he put forth before the readers. Why are beggars despised? Why are beggars despised? Despised, despised. Why? Students, when you will learn this lesson or when you will go through this lesson, you will find that how differently George Orwell has listened or watched this section of society. You know, how we are looking, what type of perspective we have, what is our angle to look to anything is very important. And George Orwell has looked to this section of society which is mostly discarded, which is mainly and mostly people are considering that this is an unwanted section of the society. But George Orwell has flashed on that section of the society in a very different way, in a very different perspective. There is William Hazlitt's essay on the conduct of life. It is in the form of letter. How we should behave in our life. Nowadays, we have many schools, those who are giving certificate courses and diploma courses about the behavioral sciences and all nowadays. So, in that perspective, William Hazlitt has written this beautiful essay on the conduct of life. It will be very beneficial for you. I can say that, sorry, not for you, but for everybody. But for everybody. Even I can learn so many things, or I should learn so many things from William Hazlitt when he says something good on the conduct of life. Now, the next one is O. Henry. I think that there is no man in the world who is unknown about the name of O. Henry. A great storyteller. And he has written a very beautiful story which has been titled as Girl. A very beautiful short story, you will enjoy it. It gives us strange end, which is a speciality of O. Henry. I remind that short story which was written by O. Henry, The Last Leaf. Even that short story get filmed. I think that yes, लुटेरे नाम की कोई फिल्म है जो ओ हेनरी की द लास्ट लीफ नामक लघु कथा पे बनी है. तो इतना सक्षम, इतना सुदृढ़, इतना सशक्त, संवेदनशील लेखन करने वाला ओ हेनरी, जिसकी हमें गर्ल नाम की कथा सीखनी है, पढ़नी है, जाननी है. And the last one is in the prose section, that is H.G. Wells' The Magic Shop. Dear students, I always used to say that when you are writing, you write in different way. When I am writing, I will write in different way. But when the writer is writing, or when the author is writing, or when the storyteller is writing, he writes in a very different way. His writing is of that quality which can be learned, which can be heard, which can be enjoyed, and even which can be filmed, because of all the elements of good writing are clearly existed in the writings of such writers. Such type of experience we can have when we learn H.G. Wells' The Magic Shop. These are the four lessons we have to use to learn in Unit 1. Now, moving towards Unit number 2. Unit number 2 is titled as Poetry. There are only 3 poems we need to learn. One is, the first one is from the pen of great Nobel laureate of India, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Where the Mind is Without Fear. This is a poem which was written in pre-independence age of India, and in this poem the poet tries to express his expectations that he would like to have that type of country where there won't be any type of fear in that. So, where the mind is without fear. P.B. Shelley has written the second poem, that is a lament. A lament. P.B. Shelley is a very renowned British poet. Every dark cloud has a silver age. When the winter comes, can spring be far behind? Such are the lines from P.B. Shelley. So that type of poet Shelley is. Our sweetest songs are those which are saddest in the tone, like that. So there we need to learn a lament by P.B. Shelley. Third one is there. It is also written by the great Victorian poet Robert Browning. Love in life. What is the importance of love in life? If we don't have love, our life will become meaningless. Christina Rossetti has written the fourth and the last poem, that is Uphill. So these 4 poems are there in section 2, that is in unit 2, which is called as the section of poetry. Now moving towards the third unit, that is grammar. In that, the first one is transformation of the sentences, that how to transfer simple sentence into complex sentence, compound sentence. How to transfer interrogative sentence into assertive sentence. Like that, we have to study. Then the synthesis of the sentences. What type of conjunction we need to use to make a synthesis of the 2 different sentences. So it is a practical activity, dear students. We need to complete. In section number 4, that is a communication skill, which is a very important point nowadays. Because if you could not have that type of skill in you, you cannot communicate yourself with the others. So in communication skill, you need to develop the first interpersonal conversation. Conversation is one of the important thing of communication. If you cannot converse, what I am talking about, conversation, talking with each other, that is a very important thing. If we could not have conversation with each other, how can we communicate our ideas? How can we make others aware about our feelings? How can we make aware others about our own thoughts, sensations, and all? So, interpersonal communication, interpersonal conversation is one of the very important and most needed communication skill. Then the next point is there in communication skill, that is casual conversation. Casual, it's not formal, casual. How are you? Where are you going? What you will do? When you will come? What do you think about this? And all that things. What we are talking with our friends, family members, casually, and wherever we are, on whatever the topic we would like to talk. Students like you should develop that type of habit to talk casually, to make a casual conversation for better communication. That we need to practice in the second part of the fourth unit. Now, moving towards the last unit, what I said prior, that I would like to discuss on that lastly. Talking about this unit number 5, it is MCQ, multiple choice questions. In textbook, these 4 lessons and these 4 poems include some multiple choice questions at the end of it. You need to prepare that questions, because in question paper you will find multiple choice questions for 16 marks, and you all know very well about it that to make clear the theory, you will have to have 32 marks in theory separately, and at least 10 marks in internal assessment. So these MCQs, these multiple choice questions, carry 16 marks. These are in your hand. Very simple. You can do it. Easily you can do it. Because you have to choose the correct option in that. 5 or 4 options will be given. 4 options will be given. And out of that 4, you will have to choose one and make the tick mark of it. And write down that in an answer sheet. If the exam will be offline then. But if it will be the online, the procedure may be different. So these are the 5 units, very important units. And it is the distribution of the marks, bifurcation of the mark. If you think it seriously, and if you will study the paper pattern seriously, the distribution of the marks per unit, concentratively if you study, you will find that there are some shortcuts that you can opt for. Means what? Shortcut means not deleting anything, not skipping something, but you can do mathematical study of that. Likewise, how many questions are coming for writing long answer questions, and how many questions are coming for writing short answer questions? and how many lessons are there in syllabus and how many poems are there in syllabus. So we need to come to conclusion that out of how many poems we can solve how many questions clearly. It will make you more beneficial. It can make your study easy. And I hope that you might have got the whole idea about the syllabus. When we'll start the syllabus, we'll try to explain more in details. Till then, take care and goodbye.